The pick is in, and with the 4th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons have selected Kyle Pitts, the tight end out of Florida. And I'm not going to lie, as much as I was confident that Kyle Pitts was going to be the selection, I had my doubts. Because I thought Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle out of Oregon, was a potential candidate for that 4th overall pick, because Matt Ryan has been sacked 131 times in the last 3 seasons. There were talks about the Falcons being open to trading the 4th overall pick and moving down, which I would have suspected they were going to take some defensive assets. But the doubts that I had, they were no longer doubts when I saw that the Broncos traded for Teddy Bridgewater yesterday. That, in my mind, that is what confirmed to me what the pick was going to be. Because going into this draft night, the only 2 candidates that I thought would be an ideal team to trade up to that 4th pick would have been the Broncos and the Patriots. And there has been talks about Justin Fields and Mac Jones, their draft stock starting to slide a bit. And you got to think about Arthur Smith's roots here. He started off as a tight ends coach. And if you look at the 2 seasons that Arthur Smith was the offensive coordinator, this pick is going to make Matt Ryan a much better quarterback. And there probably is going to be some Falcons fans that wonder, why didn't they take Penei Sewell? Because Penei Sewell is the best offensive tackle prospect that we've seen in a long time. But the problem with that is, I think that Kyle Pitts make a bigger impact for the Falcons. Because Kyle Pitts isn't just a tight end. He can also line up at wide receiver. And I think the Falcons is going to have one of, if not the best offense in the National Football League this upcoming season, just by adding in Kyle Pitts. So what this pick does for the Falcons, I think it shows that Arthur Smith, Terry Fontenot, and the Falcons, they are 100% confident in Matt Ryan moving forward. The fact that they had a chance to take Justin Fields with the 4th overall pick, I think it just shows they're confident in Matt Ryan. Unless they were interested in Trey Lance and the 49ers took him with the 3rd overall pick, could they have just taken Kyle Pitts by default? And there is one thing I want to address here before I upload this video, is Julio Jones and the rumors about Julio Jones. That he's on the trade block. And I'm not sure if the Falcons are going to find a team that they feel like they can give them a great quality value in return. Because just adding in Kyle Pitts to this offense, you've got Matt Ryan, you've got Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst, and now Kyle Pitts. The only possibility that I could see Julio Jones not being on the Falcons going into the 2021 season is going to be possibly Green Bay trading for Julio Jones. Because if you remember earlier today, there were rumors that Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be on the Packers. He has no desire to be on the Packers anymore. And I think that the Packers are going to go out of their way to try to make Aaron Rodgers happy, and they're going to ask him what should they do on draft night with their 1st round pick. And one of the possibilities could be maybe trade for Julio Jones. Maybe if the Falcons feel like the Packers can give them draft value in return, maybe they make the move. Because the Falcons, they do have 9 draft picks. Well, they have 8 left. And the thing is, I feel like the Falcons aren't done tonight. I think the Falcons are going to trade back into round 1, and they're going to take Caleb Farley if he falls outside of the top 25. So that is something to look into. But I am very pleased with the Falcons taking Kyle Pitts here, because that, I think, was a smart move. They take the best player available. And I think that's what you got to do sometimes when you're a first-year head coach and when you have a new GM. I think it's best to take the best player available to start from scratch, essentially. And I think the Falcons, the fact that they Didn't take a quarterback here. They're confident Matt Ryan moving forward. And there should be no doubt for Matt Ryan. I mean, I know you want offensive tackles to protect Matt Ryan because the offensive line hasn't been good for the last 3 seasons. 131 total sacks on Matt Ryan in the last 3 years. But there's going to be other offensive tackles available in later rounds. So I think if I had to predict, if the Falcons were to trade back into this first round, they might get Caleb Farley if he slips outside the top 25. There were also talks that the Falcons were interested in a running back on day 2. But I think they might go offensive tackle in round 2 if they don't trade back into round 1. So comment your thoughts down below, Falcon Nation. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time.